Iran has been evaluating ways to modernize its aging air force, and among the options on the table are 3 advanced fighter jets: the Chinese J-10C, the China-Pakistan JF-17, and Russia's high-tech Su-57. According to reports from Defense Arabic, Iran's interest in the Su-57, despite the nickname, the criminal, due to its complex production and controversial deployment history, is evident. This potential acquisition, however, faces both logistical and political hurdles, raising questions about Iran's path forward in the modernization of its aerial defense. Iran and Russia have reportedly discussed the possibility of Su-57 procurement for several years, but these talks are still in preliminary stages and have yet to result in formal agreements. Despite the Su-57's appeal, especially with Iran's strategic interests in regional dominance, no purchase has materialized. Yet Iran remains committed to strengthening its air force through Russian partnerships, especially given the recent geopolitical tensions that fuel Tehran's need for advanced defense systems. For now, a more achievable solution lies in Iran's deal with Russia for the Su-35, which was signed in late 2023. As a fourth-generation plus fighter jet, the Su-35 boasts high maneuverability and combat efficiency, though it lacks the Su-57's stealth features. Due to the Su-57's limited production rate and Russia's internal demand for these jets, the Su-35 is a more practical and readily available alternative. Sources within Russia have noted that models like the Su-30 and Su-35 are better suited for export, as they can be deployed sooner and without the complexities associated with the Su-57's maintenance and operational requirements. Iran's urgency to upgrade its fleet is clear. The Air Force currently relies on outdated American models acquired before the 1979 Iranian Revolution, such as the F-4, F-5, and F-14. The acquisition of a fifth-generation fighter like the Su-57 would give Iran access to advanced stealth technology and superior maneuverability, capabilities essential for both defensive and offensive regional operations. Russian military experts emphasize that the Su-57's design focuses on reduced radar visibility and high-speed agility, which would offer Iran a crucial advantage in modern aerial warfare. Still, these benefits come at a high cost, as production of the Su-57 remains slow and costly. Since the Su-57 entered service in 2019, only a few dozen units have been produced, with priority given to Russia's own military needs. Analysts point out that Russia's production focus will likely continue to favor its own forces over foreign buyers, which means Iran would face challenges in obtaining the Su-57 in the quantities needed for a full-scale modernization. An Iranian acquisition would also require substantial investments in pilot training and technical support for the aircraft, an endeavor that would strain Tehran's military budget. Iran's interest in the Su-57 aligns with its desire to enhance its military capabilities amid escalating tensions in the Middle East, particularly with Israel. The acquisition of advanced fighters like the Su-57 would bolster Iran's defensive power significantly but could heighten regional tensions with other countries, including Israel and Saudi Arabia, both of which remain wary of Iran's growing military strength. A senior Israeli military analyst recently remarked, the acquisition of such advanced systems by Iran could spark a new level of arms race in the Middle East. However, even if Russia ultimately decides to allow limited exports of the Su-57, challenges persist. Sanctions on Iran make financial transactions complex, adding another layer of difficulty in securing such an acquisition. These sanctions often restrict Iran's access to international banking channels, which complicates large military purchases that involve advanced technology and long-term support. Given these hurdles, any agreement would likely require both diplomatic and commercial arrangements to ensure that funds can flow unimpeded for such a significant purchase. Iran's broader goal of technological modernization in its military is not limited to aircraft alone. The country has recently focused on asymmetrical warfare technologies, such as drones and missiles, which offer strategic advantages. Still, acquiring a fifth-generation jet like the Su-57 would mark a significant shift toward conventional aerial superiority. Russian military officials recognize that Iran's reliance on strong diplomatic ties with Moscow could provide a foundation for future agreements on weaponry, albeit perhaps with simpler models like the Su-35 in the near term. This approach would allow Iran to improve its air force capabilities while avoiding the financial and logistical burdens of the Su-57. As long as Russia's production of the Su-57 remains slow, Iran may need to compromise by acquiring other high-performance jets like the Su-35 or Su-30. Such a middle-ground solution would enable Iran to upgrade its air force more rapidly while retaining solid combat capabilities. In turn, this would strengthen Iran's regional presence without the prolonged delays associated with acquiring and integrating the Su-57 into its air force. Should Iran eventually acquire the Su-57, it would necessitate a substantial investment in infrastructure for maintenance and pilot training. Russian specialists would likely be needed to train Iranian pilots and technical teams, delaying the aircraft's operational readiness. Although the Su-57 would represent a formidable upgrade for Iran's air force, the complexities of limited production, high costs, and geopolitical tensions make this acquisition an ambitious, if challenging, goal. Ultimately, Iran may prioritize more accessible Russian aircraft to modernize its air force more feasibly in the coming years, balancing immediate needs with its longer-term ambitions.